You don't necessarily have to do so.
That one's along the ground, down towards the fielder at points. There's been another single here.
And I remember the other day when we were doing commentary, you made a very pertinent point regarding players when they have their off time to go and play the longer version of the game.
Yeah.
To get their flow, their timing and their strokes and then come back.
But they don't understand that that should happen.
Who can tell them that?
Well, I
Sir
don't know.
Clive?
That's what the coaches will have to do. That's what it.
But who will tell the coaches?
Well, the coaches should know, else then you're not a very good coach.
But yet you're the coach. So, yes, there is a bit of a dilemma there. 55 for 2 over number 9. Imad in action. And Imad bowls this outside the off stump. Played to the fielder there at point. And another single.
What are the coaches there for? What is the role? What is the role of the coach?
That's a good question.
I think there would be nobody better than you to tell us, Clive, because you've seen cricket transform from your time till today completely.
The good coach, as far as I'm concerned, knows what to leave alone. You know, if a guy is doing well, he's a good driver of the ball, then you work in the defense. And they must be able to read the game properly. You know, because this is too late to correct a guy's faults and so on. But you have to give them the right attitude, you know. Say, well, right, gentlemen, this pitch is a 240, 260, 270 pitch. And this is how we will get it. And you work and that now they have all sorts of things. They have all these videos and things that they can look at and assess situation, you know, and things reoccur in these one-day games. You know, you can always say, oh, when we were in Abu Dhabi or something, this is what happened and this is what we did. Or when we were somewhere in South Africa, you know what I mean? And you have to retain all these things, and that is what a coach is there to help guide the players.
Absolutely. So the role of a coach is so important. Yes, the players have to go and execute it, but then you have to, and this one has been hit very nicely, but straight to the hands of the fielder. That's Fakhar Zaman, who's caught that at deep mid-wicket, and New Zealand lose their third wicket.
Hafiz with the wicket. He's just come on, and bowling change has worked, and New Zealand have another one down. 3 for 56.
And it is Nisham who's walking back after a short stint at the wicket, just 1 of 1. He wanted to play that big shot, didn't get really into the middle of the bat, didn't get the elevation, straight to the fielder there, and he has to return to the pavilion. So another jolt. Pakistan getting back into the game. Now they've got 3 wickets down, and also have kept the scoring rate to a moderate low level.
I would think if you look at it, they've just given away two wickets.
Yeah.
The one where the guy hit the 6 and then he hit the ball straight to mid-on. Now this, you know, he's tried to hit it over mid-wicket, and there was a fielder there. I don't know, there again, going aerial. Do you now consolidate and try and build an innings, you know, platform here? That is what's needed, because they probably have some players that will be able to strike the ball later on.
In this Anurag, in this format, it's players. They seem to kind of put pressure on themselves because they didn't seem to be too troubled by the bowling. There has been some good bowling, but as you say, it's the pressure is created by them thinking, oh, I need to hit a big one, regardless of the delivery.
That is why this is a thinking man's game.
Absolutely. I mean, he just faced one delivery, scored 1 run, and you have your skipper on the other side who's batting pretty well. Just rotate the strike, give it to him, let him choose what he wants to do. Does he want to play big or play a stroke? And he's the one who's middling the ball. When you face one delivery and the next one you get, your eyes light up, your fielder is there, and you just play and hole out to the fielder. Sometimes
I wonder too if he's probably batting higher up than normal, because he bats a little lower, because he hits the ball. He's one of the good striker of the ball, sort of thing. I don't know. I don't know the batting lineup of such. If they've changed it, But they're in a sort of bother at the moment.
Absolutely. What was looking a slow but a good solid start, as suddenly now it is Pakistan who have the upper hand, definitely, because they haven't allowed them to get away as far as run rate is concerned. What was looking good earlier, now with the loss of 3 wickets, almost at the mid stage of this innings, it's 56 for 3. And the run rate is low, and they've lost 3 wickets as well. So pressure.
Yeah, Mohamed Hafiz, this is his 6th ICC T20 World Cup, so that qualifies as being a veteran, I suppose.
But I thought when a bowler comes on for the first 2, you tend to, watch it for a while to see what's happening.
Absolutely. I mean, defies any kind of logic or any rationale. First delivery from the bowler, you've just been there at the wicket, you've faced one delivery and you want to go for the big shot right from the first ball. Such is this game. So Williamson, batting on 9 of 14, is taking strike, draws away from the stumps and plays it to the cover boundary. There is a fielder there, there is protection, just a couple of runs. New Zealand 58 for the loss of 3 wickets. This is over number 10 in progress. Hafiz, who's been pressed into the attack, already picked up a wicket with his first delivery, has given 2 runs of the second delivery. And Devon Conway is a good batsman, and obviously that's the reason he's in the team. But he's had some impressive scores under his belt, and much would be expected from him today to give support to his captain Williamson. They need to build up a small partnership.
Yeah. I mean, they're looking to probably get, if they can get to 150 or 160, it gives them something to work with.
Yes, they are a fine bowling and fielding side, New Zealand, so that definitely is going to be their strength. But they must give their bowlers something to bowl for.
Hafiz, and again to Kane Williamson, and that's another single down to the man coming in from long on. Yeah, they've a very, very good all-round side, New Zealand, and if they can post something competitive, they'll still be confident they can win this game.
Just for the matter of record, successful head-to-head records, batting first, Pakistan has won 9 times, and batting second, they won 5 times. So New Zealand and Pakistan have won 5 times each while batting second, but Pakistan have won 9 times while batting first, and they have won, and New Zealand has won 5 times batting first. So odds also, the statistics also in favor of Pakistan right now.
Did that Clive ever play on your mind when you were playing against the opposition, whoever it was? Stats, how he did last time or how he did a couple of years back, or
I don't think you want to pay too much attention to that. You must realize how good you are, and you go out there with that feeling that you want to win.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what it might have been different pitch or whatever, and then they're playing against different teams. And we always thought that whoever, if we won the toss and we have, and we inserted the opposition, that they would be, we'd have the bowlers to contain them. If we batted first, we wanted to make enough runs, and whatever we did, we can protect those runs. So we were very confident in our makeup with our team, because don't forget our test team and our one-day teams, there was not a great change.
Yeah.
1 or 2 players, came in.
I grew up watching the Test match special on the BBC. They used to show it on BBC One. It's like school holidays, England versus the West Indies. And I remember one particular series, it could have been any because you won it 5-0. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, well, once you've lost 4 and you've got a final Test match, it's almost like, well, what's your mindset really? And also at that point, England knew that they were inferior. It was clear. Everybody knew they were inferior.
Well, the point is, like at Lords, they wanted to declare, and then you could hear Cliff Martin saying, "No, please don't declare, don't declare," and then the other umpire, the other, you must declare and so on. Anyhow, they declared just before lunch, giving us 361 to make in 60 overs.
Right.
And they lost.
Can you imagine?
To me, that was a
360.
terrific sort of
Fantastic.
test match.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Meanwhile, back to live action. Pakistan versus New Zealand. New Zealand 61 for 3. This is over number 11. Shadab Khan is the one who's got the ball in his hand. Ball two deliveries. Williamson is batting on 12 of 18. A slow start for him, but he needs to stay there for his team because he's seen the ball well, as they say. Hopefully he's seeing the ball like a football. But he will have to make that count a little later. And this one is played, wants to play defensively, but breaches his offside defense, and the ball goes to the wicketkeeper. Lucky not to get a touch. Nice, nice leg spinner.
Leg break, nice.
Well flighted. 61 for 3. And it's Williamson facing Shadab Khan. And this one goes outside the off stump and sweeps it to the fielder at square leg. Boundary straight to the fielder. Just a single.
Yeah, Pakistan will be pleased with this. They're doing a containing job on New Zealand.
The only thing about Williams is he's not going to take it away from you. He'll be here nudging it around and so on.
Yeah.
You need to have somebody like a Guptill at the other end.
Yeah. He's there for a sort of a supporting role to some big hitter.
And I find so much similarity between Virat Kohli and Kane Williamson in their attitude to the game. They graft their innings. Even Virat, when he played against Pakistan that day, he did get a 50, right? But it had a lot of singles in it, a lot of running. They run very quickly between the wickets to put pressure. That's the way they play.
Oh, it's attempted sweep there. It's going to go for a quick single behind the batsman. And
after 11 overs, 63 for 3. New Zealand versus Pakistan. Williamson is batting on 13 of 20. Conway has got 2 against his name. He's faced 5 deliveries. I was talking about that match, the World Test Championship, when we did get an opportunity. I got an opportunity to speak to you for the first time, Sir Clive, when you were in London. That match finished, and there was this picture, Richard. I'm sure the whole world has seen it, and it's going to be shown many times, the video. Was the demeanor of Kane Williamson after winning that test match from India, right? And India had a huge amount of support there in England, right? He put his head down on Virat Kohli's. They hugged each other as two great competitors in such a humble and a nice way. It was a very, very touching picture.
yeah,
Because Virat, is very aggressive and he's right over the top most of the times, wears his heart on the sleeve.
yeah.
And it was like, a sage, somebody who meditates, giving him a nice hug. And it was so beautiful from the emotional point of view that these were two players who were fighting it out for their team, wanting to win the game. And the one who won the game went and did that. Beautiful pictures, really.
I think the same thing happened with when Australia lost, and Flintoff went and sat next to him and put his hand and consoling Brett Lee. So
Yeah.
the same sort of. But the point is, that's how cricket should be played. You can be as keen as ever out there, but after the game is over, we have a drink
Back
and
to
chat. Yeah.
Sportsmanship. Yeah.
back to live action, and
Attempted
this one
reverse
wraps him on
sweep.
the pad.
He's out. He's gone LBW. Williamson is going to take this one upstairs. They're going to review it, but failed reverse sweep. And umpire says he's out. We've just got to wait for the review.
Unless he's hit it, he sent it up there rather quickly. Williamson, he didn't wait. So I don't know if he's hit it or what.
Yeah, I'm just going to look at the replay now. Yeah. Ball turning in towards the
Yep,
left-hander.
Hit the
Got a bit
bottom
of
glove,
glove, yeah. So
It seemed it got a part of his glove before it went and hit his thigh there. And as Sir Clive rightly said, immediately he didn't wait. A batsman knows if he's touched it or he's not touched it.
yeah, he went for the
Very
review
few
straight
times
away.
is that when you're not very sure. And
He's not like some of those that I played with. Yeah. Guy says the only time they walk is when they're out of petrol.
Absolutely. And yes, there you go. There you go. That's the spike there.
Yeah, ultra edge. So
The ultra
Kane
edge.
Williamson, he knew he'd hit it, but the umpire didn't, and he's going to have to overturn that. So there he goes.
So 64 for 3. This is over number 12. Hafiz has bowled a very good over. He's already picked up a wicket in his first over. Just given one run and almost picked a wicket here. But there was a faint touch to that. And next delivery,
Oh,
he
that's
tries
nice
to
play.
hit it to the fielder there.
4
Beautifully. He's hit it. He's been able to dissect the fielders there at long on. Cow's corner. 4 runs. Much needed.
That was a lovely shot, that. He got down on that, and yeah.
Well placed shot that,
Yeah.
just over mid wicket, and just bisecting the man on the boundary riders.
I mean, that's a hallmark of a class player. You know, right from the middle of the bat. And
Oh,
this
he's gone for
one,
this.
this is up in the air. Is a fielder getting
He's made
underneath?
it.
No.
Wow.
It's a massive 6 there. And one hand came off, but he had got so much bat on that. Lovely shot there. 6 runs. So suddenly, New Zealand cutting loose here.
Yeah, that was a strange improvised shot. Yeah, one-handed in the end, and it went down there over long on. Coming down the wicket, it kind of got underneath it a bit too much, really. Ball went very high, but it just had the legs over there. 78 metres, 6 more.
74 for 3,
oh.
and this is the last delivery, and he plays a reverse sweep. Doesn't get it too far from him, but enough time for them to cross over for a single. After over number 12, New Zealand is 75 for 3, run rate 6.25.
Oh, I thought probably he's going to perish here after playing such a beautiful shot over mid wicket, but it's obvious that he got the full swing and hit the meat of the bat, and there it was, 6, and a much needed 6 at this time of their innings.
Absolutely, New Zealand needs acceleration here because just playing out overs or just singles are not going to do. They have to go for the big hits. They have to take their chances whenever they get a loose delivery. They need to make it count. And we saw that Kane Williamson doing exactly that. 1-4, 1-6, but both very contrasting strokes. One right from the middle of the bat, dissected the field, lovely shot to watch. The second one, just adrenaline. Did make a connection, one hand coming off the bat and yet managing to put it over the boundary.
More leg breaks here from Shadab Khan. That's just jabbed down to the man at short third man. There's going to be 1 here. So when's Williamson going to get himself out? He's got 25. He's got the memo or the email. It says get a shift on, mate. So I think we might be able to expect some big shots and possibly him getting himself out, but we shall see. Conway's on strike now. He's on 3. As Khan comes in over the wicket, reverse sweep, and that's gone straight to a fielder. Down at fine leg, there's no run.
New Zealand 76 for 3, and some consolidation having been done. Also some big shots which we have seen from Kane Richardson. Many more required. They need to put up a good total here because the kind of form Pakistan have come into this match with, they will try to, dominate the Kiwi bowlers. So they will have to really get a good score on the board.
Ode running 2 here, and nice running between the wickets.
The spinners are bowled pretty well, and I think these pitches, Sir Clive, are very conducive to slow bowling as long as you're accurate. And
It all depends on the pitches. The one here in Dubai, if you're not accurate and so on, you can get punished. Here, I think let's suppose in Sharjah it looked like it's more conducive to give you a little bit of bounce and turn.
Oh, misfield. That's costly. Oh, that's 4. And misfield down to the man, deep square leg, and he's made a bit of a hash of that. Pushed it onto the rope in the end.
so another 4 added to the New Zealand's total. They are 82 for 3. This is over number 13, and Shadab is given 7 runs. So that 4, that ball, the fielder tried all his efforts in vain, and the ball beat him. So another 4 for that was really a blooper.
Butterfingers.
Hand of grass. Yeah.
Yes, we remember Maradona's hand of God.
Yeah.
So this was Sir Clive's hand of grass. Absolutely, hand of grass.
He'll put blame the Jew, I think, for that one. This is another big sweep shot here, and same result really, except the fielder gets nowhere near it this time, and that is down to deep square leg, and that was nicely played by Devon Conway, who moves on to 13 now.
Yes, Conway coming into zone, and he's a good batsman, and we just saw a glimpse of that. Hit it beautifully. Was completely in control of that shot. 4 runs, square leg boundary, and another 4 added to New Zealand's total. They're 86 for 3. This is over number 13. Run rate 6.70.
They're going for these reverse sweeps, and that's another 4 down to fine leg. And all of a sudden, New Zealand have put their pedal to the metal.
And what a good over for New Zealand. 15 runs.
Yeah.
And I was just saying that spinners, probably the commentator's curse has worked this time for the bowler. He bowled first couple of deliveries were quite good, kept the batsman quiet, and suddenly Devon Conway has got away with it. 15 runs, great over for New Zealand.
Yeah, and if they get to 100 in this over, they'll have 6 overs really to motor on and try and get to a very good score, because they've only lost 3 wickets. But I don't know what the other batters is like. They probably might have made a mistake in giving Neesham bat earlier.
Right, probably Conway could have come up, and the situation could have been different, absolutely.
You're listening to a Channel 2 Group global production as we are all around the world with this feed. Digital 2 Sports in India, hello to you. SLC in Sri Lanka, and Barbados, Sagicor Life, SEN in Australia and New Zealand, and listeners in South Africa who are tuned in on SABC right now. Of course, a great result for South Africa earlier, overcoming the West Indies.
So back to pace. Hassan Ali pressed into the attack, and this one, the batsman wanted to steal a single, but he had to retrace his steps, get back, and the ball on his follow through has hit the stump. So
going upstairs with this one, the Pakistan field as well. Body language, I think we might have our man here. So decision.
Yeah, direct hit at the stumps is always a close call unless somebody's really beaten the ball in there. And there you see, yes, he's gone.
He's gone.
Yep.
He's short of his crease there. He's gone.
Yeah, he was a bit too eager to get a run, and it's cost him.
Just when the things were shaping up for New Zealand,
Nicely, yeah.
And unfortunate run out there, and it's Captain Kane Williamson who has to return.
There was no run there. Even if you were as quick as Bolt, you would have still been second.
He's going to have to remonstrate with himself now. Just when he was looking in good nick.
Yeah.
That's the last thing the captain wanted, and he has to make that walk back to the pavilion. He was getting into some form, had played some good shots, and also Conway had got into the act, so it was looking nice. I mean, they were progressing pretty well, approaching the last part of their innings, but not to be. Pakistan would be happy with that breakthrough.
Absolutely, and I guess when you bat first, you do put pressure on yourself, because obviously you don't know what you need. You've only got an idea, and you can make silly mistakes.
The thing is that once you don't lose wickets and you sort of have a decent sort of run rate, if you don't lose wickets and you're 7 and over, you're not doing too badly.
Absolutely, Saklai. But today, when just going back to the earlier match today, that was, we'll talk about it after this delivery. Hassan comes in and he bowls. This is middle and off. Played quietly back to the bowler. No run. Today's match, West Indies played a bit differently. I think I'm sure there was a lot of rethinking done. But somehow, whatever they did today, they were in a position at one point of time where they could have taken their score to about 150, 160, because all the batters were there. They built up an innings. They didn't lose early wickets like the other day. But somehow, somewhere down the line, they just lost the momentum, and the end result, not the best result they would have wanted.
Appeal for LBW here. But
I think clearly missing off stump. Was wrapped outside the off stump. So today they played a different kind of a game. Played better than before, but yet.
Yeah, the problem is that their middle order, they're not in form, and they're struggling. And Gale coming in at that stage here, he's got to, when you get to a certain age, you've got to be facing balls. Timing has got to be right. You can't just come and just tonk it around like when you were probably in your early 30s,
Absolutely.
and you needed somebody there who can, and not only that, you need some guys who can run singles and twos and so on, so you keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Talk about that more. Coming in as Hassan.
Ali comes in now, and he's over the wickets. That's away to square leg, and they'll pick up a single here.
So talking about Chris Gayle, now the West Indies team knows, yes, he has played some great innings in the IPL in the shorter format, but the bowlers around the world, the teams know his limitations. They know he's not going to take singles, he's not going to run twos, and all you need to do is keep that ball a little away from him, because if it is in his zone and if he connects, definitely it's going only to one place, which is over the boundary. And they have figured him out, and that's the reason probably he's just not able to, because his foot movement is hardly there. He doesn't move his feet, but in that little bit of a zone which he's got. So he's been read. So how long can one continue with a player who the opposition has read very well and he's past his prime as far as age is concerned? How long?
I really don't know. I think that the point is that you have to work out exactly what you think you need. And the point is we need a batter who's young enough to sort of, who can strike the ball but still run very well between the wickets. And the minute he came in, they brought back the quicks, because it's nice, it's obvious that he's not so nimble in his feet again.
Right, his reflexes.
So it sort of restricted them a bit, and that's why it's a no ball.
Meanwhile, there's a big no ball there by Hassan Ali.
Free hit time.
And it's free hit time for New Zealand. Can they make use of it? Can they get a big one here and move closer to the 100? It's 93 for 4 over number 14. And it is Hassan Ali coming into bowl to the new batsman who's just been here for 3 deliveries. He's on 1, he's Phillips. And Phillips will be facing him and see if he can take advantage of this free hit.
Yeah, Glenn Phillips, wicket keeper. 3rd free hit of the day. And there'll be a couple here. That's down to deep square leg. Short ball. And 2 more to the total.
See, that was a delivery where, he had the width also. And he did try to play an aggressive stroke, but was not able to find the gap between the square leg fielder and the fine leg fielder there. And missed opportunity there. Because you had no danger of getting out. You could have lofted it. You could have done any kind of innovation you want to do, and most of the players do it all the time. They keep reinventing the strokes.
It's played down the leg side. They'll get another single here.
New Zealand 95 for 4. This is at the completion of 14 overs. Run rate is 6.79. They've lost 4 wickets, and a great battle there between bat and ball. And Sir Clive, you think Pakistan would be happy at this stage with whatever they have done?
Oh yes, and New Zealand, if they lost 3 wickets needlessly really, and that put them back. Now if they had, those wickets, those guys there in hand, they probably would be able to play a few more shots and get to the position that they really want to. At 7 and over, they'll be doing quite well, but they've lost 4 wickets, and just put them back in a little bit and put Pakistan back on top.
So Clive, there was a time when Sharjah used to see very high scoring matches, and we all know about that, short boundaries, etc. But suddenly, over a period of time, with so much excessive use of the pitches and new creation, things like that, and now the pitches, they become very sticky, and also obviously depends which time of the year you're playing your cricket. And run scoring is no longer that easy. While the boundaries are very short, the batsman has to actually create, or has to work much harder to score on a Sharjah pitch than they used to earlier, because of the boundaries being there. Just a connection and it would go probably on the road. I mean, we've seen so many visuals while watching the match. The ball's actually hitting the vehicles on the road in Sharjah. But now you're having all low scoring matches.
But the point, that is why you have to work out what would be a good score, because if you're 7 and over and so on, or just over 7 and over, it's a total you have to work to get, and that's why New Zealand if they really didn't lose so many wickets, might have been just ahead of the situation.
Absolutely.
More seen with Haris Rauf coming on. Right arm quick.
There's some good bowling performances there. Imad, Rauf, both have picked up 1 wicket each. And Rauf is in to bowl his second over. This is his second delivery of the second over. In fact, he's just given 7 runs, picked up 1 wicket. And it'll be Phillips who will be facing him. He's batting on 2 of 4 deliveries. Devon Conway is the non-striker, 19 of 15. And this one, he plays it on the onside and on drive to the mid-wicket fielder there, but straight to the fielder, just a single.
4 overs already bowled by Imad Wasim, who got 1 wicket for 24 runs. Shadab Khan's 3 overs. He's gone for 19 so far. Hafiz 16 from 2. And Shaheen Afridi has got a couple more up his sleeve.
Next delivery coming in to the middle stump, off in middle, and the batsman want to take 2, and he slips and just makes it home. That would have been disaster again. You just lost your captain.
Yep, they're desperate for runs, so they've got another one there. Yeah. His action, Haris Rauf, his legs seem to be moving so quickly. We were talking about Usain Bolt earlier, but he seems to... It's like his top half of his body can't keep up with the bottom half of his body. And if it could, he'd be bowling at around 200 miles an hour, I think. The whirling dervish. There he is. And that's streaky. Outside edge of the bat, there's going to be another run.
Yeah, that ball he couldn't play it from the middle of the bat. Got an inside kind of an edge, and seemed like almost he was going to play it on, but fortunately it's played, went on to the onside. 99 for 4. This is over number 15. 2 more deliveries left, and New Zealand are scoring at a run rate of 6.75.
So 150, do you think?
God, if they don't lose.
So Clive, how are we going to play that game?
Yeah, they could get to 150, I would think.
Okay. Richard.
See this ball. That's another couple of, no, just one actually on the leg side. I'd be probably one. Let's go 145.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my guess.
145.
My guess is 135.
Okay. Wow.
Because I have a lot of confidence in Shaheen Afridi coming in for his 2 overs, and if he's going to be bowling right in the block hole, believe you me, it's not going to be easy to put away, but you never know.
Yeah.
So 135. Sir Clive.
140.
140. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But that 140 is going to be a very good total here. It's not a bad total.
Yeah.
It's a good power total here, because run making is not going to be easy at all.
So we saw Afghanistan get the highest score so far for this tournament, 190 last night. Oh, that's a swing and a miss. And, batsman was trying to launch him out of the...
Good over by Rauf. Just given 5 runs, and absolutely a very, very steady over at a critical juncture of the game. And batsmen obviously showing their intentions now. They cannot keep waiting for too long. They have to choose the right balls and make the bowlers count. It's a good battle between bat and ball here.
So tomorrow it's England versus Bangladesh in Group 1. Any thoughts on that?
I think that's going to be a good game, really.
Yeah.
That game yesterday, the Afghanistan-Scotland game.
Well,
absolutely unbelievable. I mean, how Afghanistan, again, probably the hunger. They know they are one of the fringe teams. Grab the opportunity. So much happening in their part of the world, you know. They're in another country, and then to come out and give that kind of a superlative performance, absolutely commendable.
Yeah, the
and that too against an adversary who have won all the patches so far. Scotland came in with all 3 victories, and then to come on top of your game, brilliant.
Yeah, I like the look of Afghanistan. They got big hitters up the order, and they're bowling.
Good variety.
Yeah.
Both the bowlers, Mujibur Rahman and Rashid Khan.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, 5,
9
4.
9 wickets between them.
They
yeah.
look simply unplayable yesterday.
It's got leg spin one end and off spin the other end. And yeah, the Scottish batters were dumbfounded, really. Hassan coming in. That's a wideish one, but it's been. It's hoisted. That's going to be out. Is it? No, it's
one bounce.
One bounce.
Yeah.
One bounce.
It went aerial initially and then just bounced in front of the fielder there at long on. And again, runs coming only in singles. 102 for 4, New Zealand. This is over number 16.
ICC Men's T20 World Cup. It's ball by ball commentary of every single game. Super 12s. New Zealand, Pakistan from Sharjah. Hassan in again. And batsman makes room. It's Devon Conway. That's down to point. There's going to be another run.
New Zealand 103 for the loss of 4 wickets. Over number 16, it's Hassan Ali. Given 3 runs in his first 3 deliveries, another 3 to come. Phillips is batting on 5 of 8. Conway has had more strike. He's got 23 of 19. Probably a ploy would be for Phillips to rotate the strike, let Conway come in, get hold of the loose deliveries, score some big runs.
You need 4s.
Yeah, that's in the block hole again. It's dug out. Down to long on. There's another single.
So, Sir Clive, what do you think batsmen would think? Different batsmen. I'm not talking specifically about this game. They say about 100 for 4. This is over number 16. When would they press the accelerator or put their foot on the pedal and actually start going after the bowling?
Well, yes, you'll have to. You only have. You still have 4 overs after. There's 24 balls, and if you score off for most of them, you should get a fairly good total. But singles are not going to do it here. You have to get the odd 4 here and there to sort of get up to 140 odd.
Absolutely. Bit of a misfield there. In fact, we're watching some replays of the earlier misfields. So Pakistan fielding's been up and down, but yet they have curtailed New Zealand. So you can imagine if they were sharper than that, probably there would have been a lesser score on the board for New Zealand. 105 for 4 over number 16. Hassan Ali coming in for the last delivery. Very good over, just 5 runs given so far.
It's a nice shot down to mid wickets. There'll be a couple of runs here, but New Zealand needs some big hits really. 4s and 6s.
So use my word again, some lusty blows.
Lusty blows. Yeah, lusty blows. That's what we need. Lusty blows.
So this game all set. We need to see how much will New Zealand get. How much will they put on the board?
Well, it looks like it's a case of how much will Pakistan let them have, because there's been some good controlled bowling. They've not allowed these batsmen to really get away, although a few of those wickets did well. I think the batsmen got themselves out. Kane Williamson got himself out. Oh, Shaheen.
But this format of the game is such a rhythm game. Normally you see suddenly batsmen hit a purple patch and everything is coming right in the middle of the bat. Great batsmen. Once they start missing, and probably that's what makes it very interesting, because it's so unpredictable. It can change within a couple of deliveries. I mean, an example we talk about later. It's 107 for 4. This is over number 17, and it is that man Shaheen Afridi who's back into the attack. Good delivery, and will just allow the batsman a single played on the onside. I mean, everybody remembers the last World Cup. We've been talking about it, Ben Stokes, 4 6s,
He's back in the Ashes. Back in the Ashes.
Yes,
side,
I believe
Yeah.
he's available for the Ashes now.
Gives us a bit of hope. Yeah.
Good for you, Richard.
Yeah.
Good for England. So the game can change so drastically and so quickly, which makes it interesting.
He must have nightmares about that day, Ben Stokes.
Over number 17. New Zealand 108 for 4. Run rate 6.68. It's Phillips who's facing. Oh, that's a good delivery. Just will allow him to go for a single. Hits him on the pad. Not able to get his bat onto that. I mean, the singles are not going to bother them at all. Absolutely.
They have to get boundaries. Boundaries are the important things now.
But you have to praise the Pakistani bowlers. They bowl good line and length. They have not given too many loose deliveries. And then they've been lucky as well because they got a couple of run-outs. And that has bolstered their performance here. But they bowled well.
Shaheen comes in again. That's a full toss. And that has been dispatched. But the cover sweeper coming in. At square leg, there's going to be another one there. You're listening to a Channel 2 Group global production. Commentary of New Zealand versus Pakistan. Pakistan won the toss and elected to field. And, New Zealand so far 110 for 4. In the commentary box, we have Sir Clive Lloyd, we have Anurag Malhotra, and Richard Allen. So Shaheen comes in again to Phillips, who's facing. He gets that one away. That's down to the fielder, who's a deep square leg. And again, nice shot, but not much return.
Yes, it was an aggressive shot, but again, you have to find the boundary. But what's happening right now, despite the intent is there, but just finding the fielder everywhere.
Yes, they're bowling quite well too. I mean,
they're bowling
not
to their
giving
field.
them chances to swing their bat of such, and that has been the hallmark of Pakistan bowling in the last couple of games.
Absolutely. Oh, good delivery there. Full pitched, absolutely, and got a part of the bat. Wanted to play it on the offside, went on the onside behind the wicket. So very good over.
Yeah, these are good figures.
17th over, such a good over.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Really. He's not got a wicket, but he's really contained.
Oh, he's lucky he didn't play it on.
Yeah.
Just got the bottom part of the bat and just bounced off. So it was because of Shaheen Afridi is when I said I think it's 100.